Hi everyone, I wanted to talk to you today about wellness. I will define it for you, but also as well go over some aspects of what we can do and how we can improve our life. I am going to refer to my notes sometimes. If you do have questions throughout, please let me know. Also ask me afterwards if you want. So I'm wondering if you ever feeling quite tired, fatigued, maybe you're in pain, and if you ever think about like how do you envision your mental or physical well-being, like how do you want that to look like? With doing that, we can really change our life and how we want it to look and feel. Maybe you're experiencing insomnia. If you know what it is, it's where you have restless nights, you're not getting good quality sleep, and it's very continuous. It can happen for weeks, it can happen for months, and it really affects your life. Um, yeah, and I want to define wellness for you. It's the quality or state of, excuse me, let me start again. The quality or state of being healthy in mind and body, especially when it's the result of deliberate effort. So think about it. Are you making real effort in your life to work on something that you know that you want to change? And are you seeing any changes? Um, and it's very different for each of us, right? The way we operate in our life in terms of how we do things, we're going to make our changes differently. I know that I do. For myself over the years, I've had little things here and there come up that I wanted to change. I didn't want that pain. I didn't want that discomfort. For a short time, I was like, why is this happening? What can I do? And for a short time, maybe I'll have some food or maybe a beverage that can help me. Sometimes I would get a headache, and I was like, why did I get a headache? And maybe a tea would help. But I really wanted to know why the headache was happening and what I could do to not get a headache, even though the temporary, tea thing might help. Um, so yeah, personally, I don't having struggles or living with something that's making me feel unhappy, basically. So we can make our own choices in terms of what we want to do and how to manage it every day or every week. Um, so going back to what wellness means, when you think about the quality or state of your health, you could think about it as what is the quality of your life, what certain aspects do you value with your life, and obviously, there's different areas of our life that we can look at. And when we think about our life, do we think about what we're doing right now, the next day, the next few weeks or months, and down the road, like long term? If I don't want to have a headache again, I can think about, okay, I know why I get it, or I think I know why I get it, so what can I do? What practices can I do to prevent me from having that down the line? So with the information that we learn from our parents, our grandparents, our caregivers, our teachers, our mentors, just a whole lot of people, maybe even people we don't know. So we're taking in information from the outside world. We're listening, we're reading, we're observing. We feel, okay, that makes sense. I'm going to try that for me. But then you realize, oh, that doesn't work for me. So then it's a matter of finding out, okay, well, what does work for me? So if you're someone that can get in tune with your body, meaning if you're aware of, okay, whatever I'm eating, it doesn't sit well with me, and then meaning maybe you have elimination problems, whether it be a diarrhea, constipation, maybe you vomit. There's lots of things that can happen regarding the digestion and elimination process, but just trying to show an example of whatever you're going through, you can make a change if you want to make a change. So, yeah, so when we learn this information from the outside world, then it's a matter of figuring out, okay, well, maybe that doesn't make sense for me anymore. What do I want to do for myself? So yeah, maybe just taking a break from certain foods, um, and that's okay. Um, I'm just going the food route, but there's so many examples in terms of how we can look at different things in our life. Okay, let me just see if there's any questions here. Okay, so going back to some of my notes here. So now that we have this information that we learn from the outside world, but also trying to understand ourselves, like, oh, what works well for me? What doesn't work well for me? It's a matter of understanding what to do, or how to apply it to your life the best that you can. So some areas I find that are really, really important is stressors, understanding our stressors, having good quality sleep, as well as moving our body, having exercise, and also looking at our nutrition, having proper nourishment. And all these 4 areas, they're connected to our gut health. So whatever happens in our gut, they'll affect us in other parts of the body. So when we talk about gut or gut health, I just wanted to let you know there's other words for that as well. So you might hear the GI tract, you might hear the gastrointestinal system, you might hear gut flora. So what the gut is it's our small intestine and our large intestine. So after our food goes through the stomach, it goes through the small intestine, then to the large intestine. And in our intestines, that's where we have good gut bacteria, or we could say good gut flora. We also have bad bacteria in there. So ideally, we want to have more good gut bacteria because that means that our body is healthier if we have good gut flora. And if we don't have good gut flora, we can work on that through the different foods that we have and the different beverages that we have, and also as well, how we sleep and how we manage our stressors affect our gut. Everything's connected to the gut. It's very complex, but I'm just trying to give you the basics here. So yeah, I'm here to share with you always natural, holistic, practical tools and techniques and tips for feeling your best. I guess I didn't introduce myself yet if you don't know me. I'm Melanie Karnakia, and I help people with their gut health, understanding their skin, and also hormonal issues that you might have. And through this, you can really have more energy, you can slowly understand your body and mind, and really live a joyful life. We can do this over time with all these different 4 areas of working our gut health. It's a lot to understand and learn and practice, but I recommend you work on one area, maybe for a week or 2, and then start working on another area. Just whatever process works for you. It's a matter of you making the choice, you making the decision. What do I want to do for me? What's going to help me? And yeah, our body is quite wise. I find if we listen to it, then our body can help us to overcome whatever's going on. An example might be, back to the food example, is if you're finding that you feel bloated quite often, or you have flatulence a lot, that might be a sign that you're simply not chewing really well. It's really important that we chew well, and the digestion starts in the mouth. So the saliva mixes with the food, and then you want to really liquefy that food and then swallow it, try it out. You might not feel as bloated, or you might not have other things come up. I know that it takes a lot of time to be mindful of the chewing, but it really helps. I've done it myself. I've had to practice fully chewing, and also if you're in a rush state to eat your food within 5 minutes, that's not ideal. But do your best to chew. You can, even with soups and stews and purees and smoothies, even if it's already liquefied, just swoosh it around in your mouth for like maybe 5-10 seconds as well. But you're just introducing the food to your mouth. Yeah, so I have a quote. I am very much into quotes. I want to read one to you. It's by Jeff Bezos. He says, "I knew that if I failed, I wouldn't regret that. But I knew the one thing that I might regret is not trying." So when I think of this, or when you think of this, maybe you think about different aspects of your life where you're like, oh, I didn't try. So, yeah, just something to think about. Putting maybe some more effort in certain areas of your life. So if you do want to understand more, I have a free guide for you, a wellness guide. You can grab it if you want. The link will be in my description there. I'll share more information. Actually, maybe it depends where I'm posting it. Might not have a description where I can lead you elsewhere. So just go to melaniekornacki.com, MELANIECORNACCHIA.com, and there you can see the wellness guide. So again, the wellness guide talks about stressors, sleep, exercise, and nutrition, and how they're all connected to the gut. And also in the guide, so it talks about why it's important, basically what's going on with each section, but also what you can do, so different practices. So it's you being proactive with your health, you actually doing practices and making effort towards your health. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And do your best to implement and practice something daily. If you need to have an accountability partner, someone to check in on you, maybe you set up your alarm for reminders. Yeah. All right, let me just check. Okay, checking for any questions here. Yeah, I look forward to you checking out the guide, checking out more information that I have with you. I have different recipes, blogs. I'm trying to do some more videos. If you have any requests, please let me know. If you have questions regarding certain topics, maybe certain foods that you want to incorporate in your recipes. I like to just be creative and sometimes make things on the whim, so I don't always have a recipe, but yeah, I do like sharing recipes as well. I'm here for you if you need me. I will see you later. Be well.